before I put my slap on, just want to show you what a beautiful, beautiful day it is. Look at that. What a gorgeous, gorgeous bloody day. Might film outside. I mean, I'm not going to film outside. Did you write the book of love? And do you have faith in God above? Stunning. Truly stunning. Like a new woman. Literally, the term catfish was invented for me. That's too bright, innit? It's too bright, but what can I do? Let's investigate. Oh, actually first, let's address the elephant in the room, the fact that I now have blonde hair. I'm obsessed, like, literally. Like, I only really went blonde because, you know, when I had the orange, where my natural hair faded, it faded like a caramel. So I was like, I might try going lighter, like, just to see, because in the past I've had it and I've not liked it, and I've always thought of myself as dark. But I was just like, walked in, I was just like, tell you what, we'll do blonde because fancy the change, and I love it so much. I feel like such a woman. So yeah, I just want to shout out the salon that did it, Long Locks. The service was amazing. Like, I'm so pleased with the result. You've got no idea. This is literally the best we had ever looked, I would say. If you want no more information, I've posted my hair transformation on my Instagram, so have a little look on there. It's too bright this. We need to move. Let's move. Where we're going. We're doing Agni Aunt, by the way. I don't know why I've went off on like 9 million tangents. I tell you where I'm going to sit, here by the grand piano. How scenic. Right, I'm playing one song and one song only. I'm going to give you a quick preview. This is a little something I like to call the entertainer. What is actually wrong with this? What a freak. I'm just going to get right into it. I'm so stuck, lol. I've been in a relationship for 2 years and turns out he's a massive dick. I've seen this coming for a while and we've been through a lot, but I was so silly and naive the whole relationship. I should have ended it so long ago. I've found out he's been cheating on me and he's denying everything. I know this is true. I need to bring myself to finish with him and move on, but it's so hard. Help me please. P.S. I love you. P.S. I love you too. I want you to picture if you read that message of someone else, what would you tell that girl? You know, if that was your friend seeking that advice, you would just say, leave them, be done. And obviously that's what I'm gonna say as well. It's hard, it's always hard, like especially when you've been together with someone for so long. Moving on's like, it's not easy for anyone. Sometimes it feels simpler to just stay in that relationship because you then don't have to deal with the pain of it ending, but that's just prolonging the experience. I can tell by that message, you know it's the right thing to do, you know it's the right thing to leave him, and I would just say, look for happiness in yourself. Like, a lot of people when they get out of relationships think, I need to get into the next relationship, I need to start dating again, I need to do this to feel fulfilled. And I would say the best advice for that is you need to learn how to be fulfilled with your own company. Like, learn how to be on your own and like learn how to like find yourself again, because sometimes you can lose yourself in them sort of relationships, especially when they're cheating on you. I know for a fact I did in the past, completely lost my sense of worth. I didn't know who I was, I didn't know what I wanted. I just thought I wasn't good enough because like I just thought someone couldn't look at me and think I was enough. But you 100% are enough. You deserve to be with someone that looks at you and thinks, yep, that one, just want that one. Can't understand all these cheaters, man. Like, what is the fucking point? I just think it's absolutely outrageous cheating. Like, the person you're going out with is meant to be your number one, like that's your partner, like that's your best friend. Why would you then go and betray them? Filth. But yeah, babes, I believe in you. You can do it, trust. Hey babe, this is for your Ask Zezel. So basically my boyfriend left his phone with me the other day and I went through it and read some flirty messages between him and another girl. This has truly fucked with my head and I don't know what to do. I love him so much and he's adamant he loves me too, and there was nothing in the message and nothing was going to materialise, but I just don't know what to do. Help. We've all got girlfriends who are in this exact situation. You've been through your lad's phone, you've found stuff that you don't like. As a 24-year-old woman, it's easy for me to sit here and say, dump him, dump his ass, get on with it. But I know that in the past I have seen messages of a similar nature and give the person the benefit of the doubt. However, I will say that was the wrong decision. And I'm yet, you know, to find out, like one of my girlfriends who's carried on their relationship with her boyfriend who's messaging other people. Some of them have had Tinder profiles, like as far as that. And I'm yet to see an example of someone taking these people back and then proving themselves and changing. It's disrespect at the end of the day. It's full disrespectful. If you've got a wandering eye, don't be in a relationship, plain and simple. And if your boyfriend's got a wandering eye, don't be in a relationship with him, because how unattractive. Like, I can't think of anything more unattractive. And it's so hypocritical me sat here saying this, because all my boyfriends before my current boyfriend cheated on me on an embarrassing scale, and everyone knew. Like, it was just so embarrassing. I just took them back and took them back because they made me feel so small. They were nasty, they were bullies, do you know what I mean? It hurts my heart to see other people in these situations. I know so many people are, and I know I was. So it's easier for me to sit here and tell you, you know, dump him. But dump him. So I've always been bullied from reception through to now, and I'm debating whether to drop out of college or not, because it gets me socially anxiety. I am reading this wrong. Whether to drop out of college or not, because it makes my social anxiety go mad. People say shit, teachers do nothing. What would you suggest? Teachers do nothing. I will do a full video on this one day. Like, I want to talk about why I dropped out of school, and I will say teachers played a large role in that, because some of mine were absolutely useless. I don't know how they landed themselves in a place of care for children. Honestly, you kids in school do not get enough credit. Like, personally, like, I didn't finish school. I did my GCSEs, but I was meant to stay on and do my A-levels. I was very academic. I only had A stars and Bs. I've never got a C in my entire life. Do you know what I mean? Like, my teachers used to be baffled because I was like didn't try in class, like sometimes just wouldn't bother turning up, and then I would just kill the exams because I'm clever. Shock. But I dropped out of school because so many different things, and I just think you don't get enough credit because there is so much pressure on you at that age. Like, your hormones are going crazy. Like, for me, like, I was mad depressed, I was mad anxious, and it wasn't talked about in my day. Like, hopefully you have someone to talk to, and I would highly recommend talking to someone. Like, if you brought this up to like a teacher that you like, or if you've got like a school counsellor, like, please express these feelings of anxiety and feelings of wanting to drop out to them, because they might have no idea that you're feeling that way. Or tell a friend or tell a parent, because firstly, like, that's the issue that we need to tackle. And I know personally dropping out for me was like, I don't like to have regrets, but it was a wrong decision, because now, you know, your girl's in debt and broke, and that's a whole nother video. You know where that is. I wouldn't recommend dropping out. If your anxiety continues to grow, like for me, like after I dropped out, like basically every day I just sort of thought, I knew in my heart of heart it wasn't the right decision, but I just couldn't carry on because I felt so lost and I felt so sad. And you had all the pressure of like exams and coursework and everything, like on top of the way that my head was. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't physically cope with it. I couldn't handle it. I should have been to the doctors. I should have got medication. I should have tackled the anxiety and the depression first, and then I wouldn't have dropped out of school. Probably would have finished, definitely would have went to uni, and maybe would have made some peas. So please do not drop out. Please express how you're feeling to someone and how you can manage it and how you can keep it under control. Now, as for the bullies, let me tell you, every single person that was a bully in my school has grew up to be an overweight chava with a million kids. Do you know what I mean? We all know it. Sorry, that was very stereotypical of me to say, but it's true. All the chavas, like, they were all chavas at my school who were like bullies, and they've just, like, what have they amounted to? Those are the sort of people that, like, they peak in high school. After high school, it's a rapid decline. And lovely people like yourself incline, blossom. Like, as you get older, you'll meet people who don't have that school mentality, that clique mentality, and like, say you went to university and you studied something, you'd probably meet like-minded individuals and you would probably click with people better. In like your like late teens and early 20s, that's when you make like real friends. Do you know what I mean? Like people who you can like spiritually relate to, and like people who like take over the same things as you. I know for a fact that teachers, they don't do enough for bullying, and that's why I feel so sad for you, because I know that, and it's a growing problem. They choose to brush it under the carpet. A lot of them choose to ignore it because it makes them look bad. Just please, I mean, do alert someone, definitely alert someone, like a teacher that you trust, but just keep in the back of your head that these people, they're idiots, and that they're probably hurting themselves. Hurt people, and it just never see it as a reflection of you, because it is no way a reflection of you. Can you imagine like thinking like, ooh, this is the way I'm going to impress people, and I'm going to impress my peers by bringing someone else down? Like, that's so outrageously embarrassing and pathetic. So you just stay true to yourself and try and surround yourself with people who lift you up. But I feel sad given this, because I feel like I want to directly help you, and I don't know how, and I know that this is a wider issue that there needs to be a lot more done about. In the meantime, you just stay strong, and just remember where those people are going to be in 5-10 years. Hillocks, that's what they are. Hi hun, I've just come out of a 2-year relationship. Before I got with him, I was so confident and I had so much energy all the time, and he's done nothing but treat me like shit, and now he's left me. I feel deflated and I hate myself so much, and I don't know what to do anymore. I just want my confidence back. Do you have any advice for me? I've seen this happen to so many girls. It's happened to me. I've seen it happen to boys, of girls treating them like shit. Like, there's nothing more selfish than a partner can do than come into your life, bring you down, take away that confidence, and then leave. Do you know why they take away that confidence? It's insecurity through and through. Say some of me girls are like, you know, getting better looking, you know, like getting in shape or something, and their boyfriend will make like snidey little comments like, what are you doing that for, and like, who are you dressing up for, and who are you going to the gym for, like, why are you going to the gym? Do you know what I mean? That comes from a place of insecurity. Let me tell you, if they try and bring down your confidence, they're trying to bring you down to pegs that you don't think you're worth more than them, when in fact you're worth 100 times more than these people. And that goes for anyone in your life that's bringing you down like that. You're 100 times better. I think after a breakup, even though it's really hard, sometimes it is where you do find yourself. You can choose to go one or two ways. You can choose to go down the path of like, that's it, my confidence is shot, I'll let that person win. Or you can choose to go down the path of, fuck that person, I'm going to remember exactly who I was before I met that person. I'm going to remember things I enjoy, I'm going to remember what makes me tick, and I'm going to go out and do all those things. And there's nothing more attractive than someone who knows themselves. When ex-boyfriends left me, I just like wanted to crawl into a ball, and I was like, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty, I'm not this, I'm not that. And then one day, I swear downright, I just turned. Like, I was like, do you know what, actually, I'm everything. Can you imagine like how good he's gonna feel if you now blossom coming out of the relationship? I always improve myself after a breakup, by the way. Like, there is not one of them exes that's finished me and not seen me change me hair, you know, change up my game, change my outfits, like, get hotter. I always get hotter after a breakup. Make them fucking weep. Do you know what I mean? Think of it like you've been in a chrysalis, like a little caterpillar, and now you've got rid of that dead weight. Blossom, be a butterfly, that's what I reckon. Because there's nothing more annoying for your ex, and there's not a lot of greater satisfactions than when they're fuming because you've tooled off and you're doing better, feeling better, looking better. Just do everything you can do to find yourself again. This is an important one. I know this sounds weird, but I need some advice. I'm 16 and still a virgin, and I feel so much pressure that I just have to have sex, but I'm not sure if I'm ready. By the way, I love you. Love you too, doll. This goes back to the whole school thing and the whole pressure, and oh my god, I remember the pressure in school, like, to have sex. I used to think about it every day. I used to think, I'm so scared to have sex. I was absolutely petrified, and I got called frigid, I got called virgin lips, I got called like all these names under the sun because I wouldn't put out. And I will tell you a fact, I did not lose my virginity until 3 days away from my 19th birthday. So people started out saying, oh, you know, she's frigid, like she's uncool because she hasn't had sex. Bear in mind, I hadn't really had a boyfriend. I had like one kind of a boyfriend when we were like little, but like he used to like cheat on us in terms of like kissing other girls and stuff. So I was like, I'm not gonna fuck him, are you mad? He's necking on with other girls down the park. But as the years went on, right, we get a sixth form, right, first year sixth form, all the lads had changed their tune. They were like, ooh, Sarah, you know, she's still a virgin, she's a challenge. This might be quite cocky, but a lot of boys wanted to sleep with me because I was a virgin. Not necessarily because they respected us. It should have been because like they should have respected us and thought, you know, she's got a wits about her, that one. She hasn't given up. It was more of a challenge thing for them, I think. I think they were all just like, ooh, let's race and see if we can fuck Sarah. But they couldn't. So some people have sex younger and they feel ready, and if they're in like a relationship where they feel comfortable with that, that's absolutely sound. But it is really sad because I know so many people like lose their virginity because they feel the pressure. And to be honest, I think that's what happened with me. Like, I don't regret it because I did really like the person at the time that I slept with, but I wasn't ready for it. I didn't feel comfortable in it. I didn't enjoy it. I think I just did it so that I could finally be like, yeah, guess what? I'm not a virgin anymore. Wait if you can. Everyone has sex when they feel ready. Like, be in tune with your body. If you're with someone and you feel like they respect you and they want to sleep with you like out of like a place of care, because I feel like when you're younger it's different. Like now, you know, I speak for all the feminists of the earth. Sex is sex, like it's your body, it's your temple. If you want to have protected sex with 100 men, then, you know, get that dick, girl. But when you're younger, it is different. I will say that. I think it's different. And I would rather, if I had a daughter at your age, I would rather she slept with someone that for the first time like respected her and was committed and wasn't sleeping with other girls. Like I think when you're young and you're impressionable, it can be quite hurtful if someone sleeps with you and then just moves on. I read a fact actually that said that girls feel differently once they sleep with a boy because apparently our body releases a chemical like relating to love, and apparently that doesn't happen in the male anatomy. I don't know if this is true, but it kind of like rings true. Like when I think about girls that I know when they've been gutted when a lad's just slept with them and they felt used. But just make sure that you're not used. Make sure that if you're sleeping with that person, it's because you want to have sex. Hi babe, I've been totally obsessed with you since I saw you on Geordie Shore and I just think you're hilarious. Thank you! Do you have any advice on what to do when you're besotted by a boy who doesn't seem to pay much interest to you but keeps telling their friends they like you? Keep doing what you're doing, Sarah. Love you. Love you too, lots. There's two sort of scenarios that have popped up in my head when you've said this. The first one is that if he's telling other people but he's not telling you, it could be a shy thing, could be an anxiety thing, he could be nervous that you don't feel the same. Or option two, he could just want the attention and that's quite cruel. That's not fair on you. Find out, be upfront. Do you know what I mean? I wasted so much time when I was little like chasing people and not knowing if they actually cared about us. And I should have just sat back and worked it out. Be a little bit more flirty, see if it's reciprocated. You never know until you try, and sometimes if you put yourself on the line, you could turn around and say he doesn't feel the same, or you could just say, oh well, such and such said you did. I think you're really cool, but no skin. Is it no skin off my nose, no skin off my teeth? I always get me phrases wrong. Rhinos takes a piss out of his. And if he doesn't feel the same, you know, so many more fish in the sea. So many. Be direct with it, be a little bit more forward just in case he is shy and just needs that push. I've started talking to a new boy, he's lovely. I've got a lot of health issues, both mentally and physically, that I feel like a burden on him. I'm paranoid that he will leave me for someone easier. I'm really starting to fall for him and I hate that I can't put my all into it because I'm too scared that it'll inevitably go wrong. Why would he want to be with me when he can find someone who makes it all so much easier? This is really sad and it really hits home with me because every relationship I get into or have been in, I have always thought the same, and I will say that that is your anxiety talking. That little voice in your head that tells you like, he could leave us, he could do this. Do you know what? Yeah, he could. But if he does, is that the person that you want to be with? Being with someone with mental health issues is hard. It's hard, and I've been on both ends of the spectrum whereby I've been in relationships where I've been the one with the mental health issues and I needed that extra support and that extra reassurance. And I've also been in relationships where I myself have felt okay and the other person has been depressed and been anxious and constantly needed that reassurance, do you know what I mean? If you care so much for someone, you will take the time to like understand their demons and understand where the insecurity comes from, where the commitment issues come from. Like, no one's born with these things. These are all a result of previous experiences. Live in the moment of it. No one ever knows. No one on this planet has the assurance that their partner's never gonna leave them. The most in love couple in the world, their partner could one day up and leave. It's not gonna be easy, but I would also be direct with your partner and express that you have these feelings. It's something in me that makes me doubt myself and makes me question myself, and all I need is that little bit more reassurance. So good luck to the pair of yous. Hey B, so recently I've been feeling really down about myself. I've never really had a serious relationship and I'm 20. Like, I'm not a beast, but I'm not skinny either. I just feel really low about my looks and just myself in general. Is there anything you can suggest to maybe help boost my confidence in myself and my looks? Because there's some days I feel like a 10 and others I'm a -5. Never ever feel like a -5 thirsty because you're a 12, babe. I just want you to envision someone who bases their relationships on the looks of the other person. When I envision someone like that, that doesn't sound like someone I even want to be friends with, let alone want to be in a relationship with. Obviously you need to have that little bit of attraction, like that spark, but I just personally believe I fall in love with people's minds. Couldn't care what you look like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many like right, I'm gonna give you some tea here. I've had lads in my DM that are like athletes, like footballers, like, you know, that like perfectly preened, like stereotypically what other people would see as like beauty, does absolutely sod all for us. If there's no conversation and there's no spark, I can sympathise in terms of getting to 20 and not having a serious relationship. But I think that might be because I can tell in that message, like, maybe you hold yourself back because you're not confident in your looks, and that really, really makes me sad. It does make me sad. I would suggest, why don't you try using a dating app if you haven't already? Do you know, I know so many people who are in long-term relationships off meeting on Tinder. Obviously, you know that that person has looked at you, found you attractive, connected with your interests, and wants to interact with you. Do you know what I mean? And there's people on there who are looking for serious relationships. When I had Tinder, I wasn't looking to like randomly sleep with people. Like, I was lonely and I wanted to date someone. Failing that, just know you can't rush these things. I know this is so hippie, but everything on this earth happens for a reason. Like, I feel like that. I feel like every bad experience I've had in the past has shaped me for the relationship that I'm in now. Like, I know all those demons I had. I know what I did wrong in those relationships because I wasn't perfect. What the other person did wrong. I know my own worth, so I feel very comfortable in the relationship that I'm in now. So for you, it's been a case of you haven't met that right person yet. It's all part of life's rich tapestry. It's all part of the bigger plan. Please, please don't doubt yourself, honey, because you were so funny, you were so talented. People are missing out that they haven't snapped you up. And please don't ever think I'm not good enough because the way that I look. I could not give two hoots what people look like. I would date the shortest, ugliest man in the world if I thought he was a lovely, genuine person with a beautiful soul and a beautiful heart, and he made me feel good about myself. So you just value yourself, honey, because you are a little darling. I think I'm gonna round off the video on that note. There was a few other inquiries, and like, I did get quite a lot of messages, and I'm sorry I haven't been to get through every single one. The video would be a feature-length Pixar extravaganza if I did. I've saved all the ones that I think be beneficial for people to hear, and you know, there's gonna be part 3, there's gonna be part 4. I like doing this, I enjoy doing this. Okay, I love yous, I'm gonna go mwah. This was my little message to everyone. I feel like so many of these questions relate to people not loving themselves due to other people's actions, and there's so much of that in the world. Like, that goes on every single day, time and time again, and it really, really, really breaks my heart. And I honestly think if everyone in the world just had a dash more compassion and just put themselves in the position of others and like sat down and acknowledged their own demons and why am I like this, why am I nasty to people, why Why do I make people feel small? Why do I make people feel like they're not worth it? If everyone could sit down and just do that and do like a little speck more of that, I feel like so many of the Earth's problems would go. From compassion, I really do think that compassion and empathy for other people is what this Earth is dying for. So, I am such a hippie, but that is my little message. Like, if you take anything away from this video, if you've heard one of those questions and related to maybe the other side of it and thought, you know what, maybe I'll make my partner feel like shit, just sit down, have a little think on how you could improve that, improve your own sense of worth, and the rest will follow. That's my conclusion. Right, I'm probably gonna go now. Mwah!